Hmm.
I'd feel happier if we had a gun or something.
Khan gave me something.
What?
His handbag.
Oh, great. If we run into any killers, we can give them a good buffeting. Didn't he have any weapons?
You don't know the half of it. This bag's full of C4.
Wow. Why didn't you say so? Boy, we'll show 'em now. What's C4?
Plastic, George.
We're going to shop our way to victory?
2 kilos of plastic explosive. The detonator's broken now.
No problem. We'll buy a box of matches somewhere.
It doesn't work that way. It takes a small explosion to start the big explosion.
Well, that's not much use then. What does that sign say?
Apparently during the English Civil War in the mid-17th century, this place was used as an arms dump.
Yeah? What happened?
Look at the state of this place, George. You work it out.
Oh, stray spark?
You got it. The tower was the only thing to survive the blast.
I hope the explosion didn't destroy the Sword of Baphomet.
Do you? I rather hope it did.
Alright, well...
She was as beautiful as ever.
Yeah, okay, that's great.
It was just about recognizable as the church I'd seen reflected in the chalice. Templars, Roundheads, and Cavaliers. This place has seen a lot of history. A large arch led into the tower.
Let's go in then, shall we?
The wheel had a serrated edge which meshed with the turning cog. Marks on the spindle behind the wheel suggested it once had a rope attached to it. The wheel turned reluctantly with a creak of complaint. There was no obvious way of removing the wheel from its housing.
What's this?
It was a heap of stones and stuff which had tumbled down from the rafters.
Huh.
I scrabbled around in the rubble and found an old clay pipe with a broken stem. Under one of the stones, I found a metal coin which was green with age. It was caked with soil, but what I'd found was a small cog and spindle. With mounting excitement, I felt something between my fingers. It was short, hard, and black. Something I hadn't expected to find here. It was a plastic pen top. I didn't find anything.
Okay. So we got some stuff now.
The cog was one of those objects I wished I hadn't carried in my pocket. It was an old coin. It was a black plastic pen top. The pipe could have been anything from 50 to several hundred years old.
Okay. Let's see what we got going on here.
Above the carved cross was an indecipherable inscription. For all I knew, it could have been inscribed in Gaelic. I tried pushing the panel, but wasn't surprised when it failed to move. The stone face of the demon grinned with a horribly lifelike expression. It was so realistic, I could imagine the sculptor carving it from a live model. Examining the demon more closely, I realized something about its face. It was a clever illusion. No matter where I stood, the eyes weren't looking at me. There was a simple reason. The demon didn't have any eyes. The wheel had a serrated edge which meshed with the turning cog. Marks on the spindle behind the wheel
Hmm.
suggested it once had a rope attached to it.
Okay.
The wheel turned reluctantly with a creak of complaint. There was no obvious way of removing the wheel from its housing.
Maybe we can use this? No? Okay. What about on this?
The cog slipped neatly into the eye socket.
Okay.
The cog turned freely, but nothing happened.
Okay.
With one of his eyes in place, the demon looked even more disturbing than before.
That doesn't work. What about this? No.
The wheel turned there was no
Okay.
obvious...
We do something with the door?
I tried pushing the panel.
Nah.
The cog turned...
Nah.
The cog turned
Nope.
freely, but nothing happened.
Let's try this.
With the clay pipe in his mouth, he looked happy, homely, like somebody's granddaddy.
What do you think you're doing, Josh?
I wondered if there was a secret mechanism in the demon's mouth.
Maybe you should show a little more respect.
For a mythical medieval demon? Give me a break.
Okay, go right ahead. Meddle with forces you don't understand. Incur the demon's wrath and burn in hell. Just see if I care.
Okay.
The cog turned free.
Still nothing. Let's try this.
I pushed the pen top into the mouth, and it disappeared somewhere inside the statue. It had probably gone straight to Biro Hell.
This? No. Maybe we use this. Finally.
Sometimes the most childish gestures can have a cathartic effect. The transformation of the demon to a clown did just that for me. The cog turned freely,
Still
but
nothing. Maybe we gotta use this then. Last thing we have. Nope. Okay.
the wheel turned reluctantly. There was no
Maybe we use this on here then? Damn it. Wrong button. Didn't click in the right spot. No, okay. Is there anything else here?
I didn't find...
Nope. Okay.
The cog turned...
Must be something we're missing.
I tried pushing the panel.
Must be something we can do with this.
Nico?
Uh-huh.
Look! I found an old coin! You think it's worth anything?
George, focus on the situation at hand, please.
Yeah, okay.
What are you doing?
Committing this inscription to memory.
Can you read it?
No.
What's the point of studying the inscription if you can't read it?
Because it could be important. A clue to whatever we're looking for, who knows? I might find someone in Sterling to translate it.
We don't have time to go looking for a linguist.
No? At least I am doing something positive.
What language is that inscription written in?
You're the languages student, you tell me.
It looks like ancient Norse. Maybe.
Perhaps it's in code.
I don't think so.
Norse code.
Alright. There's something we need to find that we haven't found yet.
I didn't find anything.
Freaking hell.
The wheel turned reluctantly with a creak of complaint. There was no obvious way of removing the wheel from its housing.
Maybe we just gotta...
The cog turned freely, but nothing happened.
This isn't working.
The cog...
No.
It was a simple cog arrangement with a handle to turn the larger wheel.
I think we need that handle.
The handle turned easily, and the larger wheel began to revolve.
Okay.
Damn! Then the handle came off in my hand.
There we go. That's what we've been looking for.
It was the handle from the church tower's winding mechanism. It had cog teeth mounted near its base.
I think we want to put this on the statue.
The cog turned freely.
No. We want to put this stuff back on it.
With the clay pipe in his mouth.
Yeah, okay.
What do you...
Yeah, okay, we've been through this.
For a mythical...
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Now I think we want to put this on here again.
The cog turned...
This isn't working. No. What are we supposed to do here? We want to put this in here, I'm pretty sure.
With the clay...
Yeah. Shut up. Okay.
Okay. In... Just...
Okay, and then... Put this on here. And maybe we just enter the room?
I tried pushing the panel, but wasn't surprised when it failed to move.
This isn't working. I don't know, I must be doing something wrong. I don't know what.
The wheel turned reluctantly. There was no obvious... The wheel had a serrated edge which meshed with the turning cog. Marks on the spindle behind the wheel suggested it once had a rope attached to it.
Okay. Anything else here?
I didn't find anything.
No. Let's just put the handle here then. Okay. No, that doesn't do anything. Maybe we gotta combine these?
That is not a good idea.
Nah. These?
Maybe not.
No. These.
That is not a good idea.
I don't know then. We can put this thing on here.
With the clay pipe...
Yeah.
For
In...
Okay. Then... No. No. Then... We use that here?
There was no way of reconnecting the handle to the cog except by welding it. The wheel turned reluctant. There was no I've
already done this, and that doesn't seem to do anything. The door?
I tried pushing the
No.
panel.
God, I don't know what you're supposed to do then, honestly.
The cog turned freely.
Okay, I'm confused. I don't know what you're supposed to do here.
With the clay pipe in his mouth.
Yes, yes. You don't have to go through this each time. You
Okay.
put it on there.
Just
Okay.
The cog turned.
Okay.
The wheel turned reluctant. There was no obvious way of removing.
There must be something I'm not doing properly, or something. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. There must be something we can do. Somewhere. No, that doesn't do anything.
I didn't find.
So we can't find anything else. We have these two items. Can't seem to do anything with either of them.
The wheel turned. There was no obvious. Without the handle, the small cog and spindle were seemingly useless. Now that the handle was gone, it was easy to remove the cog and spindle.
Okay.
The cog was mounted on a short, slim spindle.
Okay, there.
With a rasp of metal on stone, I eased the second eye into place.
Okay, that was overly complicated. Now we should be able to use this, right?
I pushed the handle into the demon's mouth. The cogs all meshed. I began to turn.
That was more complicated than it should have been. Sheesh. Okay, moving on.
As soon as I saw the flickering torches, I realized the bogus Templars had beaten us to the sword. But where were they now? And why was it so quiet?
I don't know. There's all this craziness.
The powder spilling from the barrels reminded me of pirate stories I'd loved when I was a kid. It was gunpowder. It was definitely gunpowder, but it had solidified over the centuries it had lain here undisturbed.
Okay.
The torch burned with a sickly dim glow and a stench like fire and brimstone.
No, George!
What?
Leave that torch right where it is. In case you haven't noticed, the crypt is full of gunpowder.
So what? Don't you trust me?
It's not a question of trust.
No. You think I'm a jerk, don't you?
Don't be silly, George, and keep your voice down. I thought I heard something. Like chanting.
Chanting, huh? Let's go down this way then.
Listen, I can definitely hear chanting.
You're right. I hear it too. What do you suppose they're doing?
It wouldn't surprise me if they were holding some kind of satanic sex ritual.
So, what are we waiting for? Shh!
Bum bum bum.
Will you look at that? Baphomet. Lobino was right. This place was ancient even to the Templars.
These whole place? This is Baphomet?
Finally, the truth. The Templars had never worshipped this graven image, no more than they'd worship a rainbow. But, like a rainbow, they regarded it as a symbol of a covenant with God, who'd revealed this place to them.
Rosso! Why, the double-dealing treacherous.
Oh, wow.
On the contrary, Inspector Rosso has been the model of obedience, an important quality in a true Templar. Now be quiet and watch if you wish to live much longer.
Oh boy. This isn't good.
Brothers and sisters, we are gathered here to witness the reforging of the sword that was broken. Here before God's sentinel, Baphomet. Grand Master and Knight of Baphomet, we salute and pledge our obedience to you.
I salute you, gatekeeper of the temple. Seven centuries ago, our greatest weapon, the sword of Baphomet, was lost to us. Now we prepare to reforge it, to wield against new enemies. As the tired millennium dies, and this world looks for new leaders, we shall not fail. We shall lead the people to a new order, wherein all borders will dissolve. All will be united under the red cross of the Templars.
You don't say. Well, okay then. That was exciting.
George, we have watched your efforts to stop us with respect. But surely you realize that you have been misled by our enemies. Both of us want a better world. Fortunately, no harm has been done. We need determined, resourceful men like you. Join us, George. Join us in true brotherhood.
Yeah. True. Wait. Brothers? What about Marquet? What about Pegram and Klausner? You didn't look on them as brothers, only as failures. 3 men dead, and you don't give a damn.
George, you know that sacrifices are necessary. Every great undertaking.
Join you? I'll see you in hell first.
Oh, George, I had great hopes for you. C'est la guerre. Eklund, kill him.
Oh.
I swear, I just wanted things to be right.
My God.
Take them. Kill them. They will not escape.
Oh, wow. This is intense. Uh-oh.
Well, well. If it isn't the great detective and his beautiful assistant, it's going to be a pleasure killing the pair of you.
Josh, what are we going to do?
Okay. Let me think.
Josh! Stay away from me!
So perish all enemies of the new Templar Order.
Well, that's not a very good ending, is it? No, not really.
Okay. Let me think.
Oh, that didn't work.
Josh! Stay away from me!
So perish all...
Okay. Let me think.
Thinking we're supposed to grab that torch,
Josh!
but it doesn't seem to be working.
Okay. Let me think.
Maybe this one. There we go.
Come on, Nico. We're leaving.
You fools! You cannot escape us. Guido! Stop them.
But master, the powder!
That powder is from the English Civil War. You fool. It's over 300 years old. How explosive do you think it can be?
I thought it was all over, but Nico had one last trick up her sleeve. Or in her handbag, to be exact. A handbag full of plastic explosives.
Maybe, but this stuff is brand new.
Oh, dear. You know, you'll never be able to write your story now.
I don't care. I've got what I want.
Huh?
Just tell me one thing, George. Is our life together always going to be this crazy?
Well, there you go. So, that was a fitting end. We started with an explosion, and then we ended with one. So that makes sense. So there you go, that is Broken Sword, the Shadow of the Templars. And I'm very glad to finally have this finished. And I probably will be doing the sequel to this game at some point. Not right away, more than likely, but eventually I will probably do it. Because I've heard it's pretty good, but I really don't know because I've never played it, but yeah. So chances are I will probably do that someday. So, there you go. Alright. So that is Broken Sword. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, it's good to have this finished, and thanks guys for watching, and I shall see you all later.